Somebody reached out and they don't have any videos uploaded on their YouTube channel. And what I think they're saying is they'd like to have videos, they'd like to create videos, but they haven't yet found the momentum. Or maybe they're waiting until a moment where they feel that they're ready. But I really wanted to reach out back to them and offer a few words of help, whatever that may be. First of all, what I'm guessing you're doing is learning about how to do the videos on YouTube. And this is a kind of a blessing and a curse. I found myself watching lots of videos about how to do YouTube, thumbnails and titles, and do the video this and use this editing software and do this and do that. And what happened was I knew way more than I could actually do. Does that make sense? This was the same when I was learning a language. I learned I was learning stuff, but I couldn't use it in everyday life. And what can happen sometimes is, in a way, you learn just too much. And so when you go to make something, if you've got that far, when you go to make something, you're aware of how huge the gap is between what you've created and also the demands on your time of, oh, I need to put more time into thinking about the subject. I need to put more time into thinking about the title. And then I need to open an account on Canva and to do the thumbnail. And I need to do this and take a breath. All that is useful, but it's not useful if you're struggling to turn the camera on. You need to kind of park that to one side for a little bit and think to yourself, okay, I'm going to separate me turning on the camera and me getting better at things. And the easiest way to do that is to talk about something that you feel a little less, so the word is precious, a little less. You've got this subject that you want to talk about on your YouTube channel. Even if it's a little bit foggy, you've got something over there that feels really important and it feels like a big opportunity. And in a way, you've got to make it matter less to you. And my recommendation is to do an introduction video and to talk about yourself. But I know that can be tough. So maybe I'll talk about that in another video. Before that, you have to get some momentum in your, I feel it in my body of, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to hit record. And then you move on to it. And one of the things I recommend is there's something called IFS, Internal Family Systems, that says no bad parts. At the moment, and I don't know for sure, at the moment, you may be speaking quite negatively about yourself. So you'll be saying, oh, I can't hit record and I can't do this and oh, I'm rubbish and I'm always procrastinating and I'm this and I'm that. The problem isn't that there's a part of you that's procrastinating. The problem is that there's a part that wants to do it and there's a part that is afraid of doing it. So what they say in IFS is there's multiple parts and there's no bad parts. So part of you is quite excited about doing YouTube and part of you is completely terrified about doing YouTube. But both parts have your best interest at heart, or certainly that's the idea between IFS, and there will be other parts of you as well. So there's a part of you that likes doing adventurous things, and there's a part of you that likes staying home and doing things that are comfortable and predictable. So I think it's really helpful when you think about doing a video and say, part of me really wants to do this, and use that phrase, part of me wants to do this, and part of me is afraid. And what we're trying to do is reduce the anxiety and reassure that part of you that's afraid of, I'm going to do this in a safe way. You can't guarantee that it's going to be perfect, though. In a way, if you're aiming for perfect, you're going to be just holding your breath the whole time and waiting for a mistake to happen. So, and dreading it. And you're making it much harder on yourself for that side of things. What I was going to say next, let me just think, no bad parts. And then it's about making it smaller. And as I say, my suggestion is that you talk about yourself. And I know for me to get started, somebody suggested to me 1.5 minute videos. Well, I'd done videos before, but I'd done teaching, but I didn't like the way I came across on camera. And I felt that I was too formal and too preachy, really. And so I knew that I had to get more comfortable talking about myself. And somebody suggested, do a 1.5. It was actually Simon Squibb. He was saying, do you have a dream? It's not even somebody I know. Somebody on YouTube said, do you have a dream? Why don't you document the journey? Why don't you do a 1.5 minute video, which is, this is day one. I'm going to be documenting my journey. This is my dream. And I even got that wrong in my first video. This is my dream, and I'm going to check in with you on a daily basis. And nobody's probably really checking that you are doing it on a daily basis. Personally, I found it really useful. I like this part of doing something every day. But for you to get started, I wouldn't worry about that, because remember, I had already done a few videos. So I had turned the camera on. I had got over that. And I think the first few times I hit record and then I never watched it. And then I sort of hid beneath the duvet for a month and thought, I cannot even bear thinking about that video. So it's up to you. You need to know yourself. Would it help you to have a run of days and to say, I'm going to do it for a week and I'm just going to do a 1.5 minute video? Or would it help just to say, I'm going to share one video, 1.5 minute video of, I'm setting up a new YouTube channel. This is the dream. And you tell them what the dream is if you know. If you don't know, go back to watch some of my videos of the earlier days. I am openly saying I've thrown everything up in the air. I think I might have mentioned that I'd been ill, and I'm just reconsidering what is the dream. And I knew that I was bad at articulating it. I had some foggy ideas that I felt a pull towards creating something or writing something, but I couldn't articulate it. And I thought, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And I knew from my past experience, if I kept thinking about it, it turns into overthinking, and it didn't really help me. I knew that I needed to experience all the feelings that happen with sharing a video. And maybe that's something, if you're curious, we can talk about in another video, because there are a lot of feelings with being public and sharing your work, whether it's a video, or whether it's writing, or whether it's art, anything that you're sharing. If you don't know other people that share their work and share creative work, it can feel like a really big, risky step. And I say, put your questions below. I'm wondering how best to help people. And I really want to reach out to people that are feeling a call towards doing something creative, but they may not be calling themselves a creator or thinking about that. It's just that idea that keeps popping up in their head again, but they haven't quite got themselves to make anything. But I've got your back. I know how hard it can be to turn on the camera. I've left up my earlier videos because I want you to see that this is what happens. This is gradual improvement. I don't have a TV background or anything like that. I have done some public speaking stuff. I get very nervous about it. I consider being on camera a completely different skill. But obviously there's some transferable nature of the skill with the public speaking. Put your questions. I'll see if I can help you get started. Take care. Bye.